Hello everybody, this is Catholic Dad, episode number 169, the Church Triumphant. Just to introduce you some vocabulary in traditional Catholic teaching. Church Triumphant, Church Penitent, and the Church Militant. Three things we should be aware of. Church Triumphant are the saints in heaven. People that have essentially gone through the battle of this mortal coil, have made it through, survived the times in triumph, and actually have been brought into heaven and are deserving of eternity. Well, anyway, and then there's the Church Penitent. Those are the souls that are suffering in purgatory. We pray for those people too. That's kind of the transition period between earth and heaven. Those are the Church Penitent. And then who's the Church Militant? That's us. Those are us who are fighting the good fight. We're in constant battle against the devil. That's what the Church Militant means. And so just three terms to be aware of. But realize that if you're a church militant, that what does that mean to be militant? It means like really uncompromising and unwavering. And so if you are trying to live your faith and you're trying to be militant about it, are you going to compromise on the little things in battle? You're not. You're going to be constantly fighting the good fight, trying to get through to the other side of this war, which is heaven. And so just remember that. Make your faith a little more militant in your life. Don't be soggy on it. Don't be wimpy. Because who the heck wants a wimpy soldier on their side? You know, like, you don't want that at all. You want a strong, hardened soldier, somebody that's willing to fight the good fight and even give their lives for the right things. And so if you're part of the church militant, which we all are on this planet, then we should be willing to fight the good fight. We should be willing to give our lives for the faith. And that may sound a little bit extreme. It really may. But it's not. I mean, that's how Christendom was built. That's all the martyrs of the first 3 centuries giving their life for the faith of the church. And it wasn't until, by the way, 313 by Constantine, the Edict of Milan, where essentially Christianity was legalized. You know, it wasn't legalized before. People were getting killed by the pagans and so on and so forth, just for worshiping Mass on Sundays. You know, it's like they weren't allowed to, and so you were really persecuted for being Christian until Constantine came in, kicked some butt, and then declared that Christians were also human beings, that they were also allowed to worship the God they wanted to worship. All people had freedom of worship, and all people had freedom of property. It's kind of like the old Roman Declaration of Independence. There's a lot of parallels. If you want to read a good document, read the Edict of Milan by Constantine. It's only a couple pages long, but it's quite good. And essentially it says it's okay to be Christian and you're not allowed to kill Christians. That's essentially what it says. Now, if we go back to paganism, by the way, which we are, the neo-paganism, we may be headed back to that way. It's okay to kill Christians, and it's not. And so that's why we have to be the church militant. Don't compromise and let the pagans get strong and be able to persecute you in the future. Because if they take away your rights and they take away your might, eventually you're going to roll over and die, and then you're going to compromise on issues of the faith and morals, and that's not right. And so if you're the church militant, you better be militant about it. And what does the church militant do? We pray for the church penitent, which are the ones in purgatory. And by the way, we ask for the prayers, by the way, of the church triumphant, which are the angels and saints in heaven. And so this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like or subscribe, and be militant, people. Just slightly militant in your faith. And stick up for what is right. And live a sacramental life, get the Mass, pray the daily rosary. God bless.